Every great work of art needs a sequel. Such is the case with American Beauty, the Dead sequel to Working Man's Dead. Check out my video on that in the description. It was released in the very same year, 1970, and would solidify the group as a powerful songwriting house. In addition to Jerry Garcia and Robert Hunter, the songwriting credits also include Phil Lesh and Bob Weir. The band was sort of forced into making this record. Mickey Hart's dad, Lenny, was the band's manager at the time. He renewed their contract with Warner Brothers, then ran off with the check. The group had to record and tour to stay afloat. Unfortunately, this meant they couldn't work with their regular producer, Bob Matthews. Instead, they worked with Stephen Bankard. He liked working with them, saying, "I had heard bad stories about engineers' interactions with the Dead, but what I found were a bunch of hard-working guys." Much like the previous record, the group began to move more in the folk and bluegrass genre. This is evident in the use of Garcia on pedal steel guitar and mandolin by David Grisman. Garcia had asked Grisman to play on their record after running into him at a baseball game. As was explained in my video on Box of Rain, during this time Phil Lesh was dealing with the loss of his father. He liked recording at this particular studio they had chosen, saying that a lot of other bands would hang out there and they would all jam. He said, "Thank the Lord for music. It's a healing force beyond words to describe." The band held off even more on their acid and psychedelic original sound and moved further into acoustics, inspired by Bob Dylan and Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. They hung out with the former group at the studio and began to pick up their habits and their style. Crosby said, "The idea is when you hang out with other musicians to sort of cross-pollinate your idea streams, and that naturally happened between us on a level that was very rare." If you look at the cover of the record, the word beauty can also be viewed as the word reality, an effect known as an ambigram. The album was much more public and radio-friendly, with tracks like Box of Rain, Sugar Magnolia, Friend of the Devil, Ripple, and the single release of Truckin', arguably the group's most famous track. Truckin' would be released as a single with Ripple on the B-side. It was written by Garcia, Weir, Lesh, and Hunter. It was based on an actual event, a drug bust of the band in New Orleans. It would be their highest-charting single until Touch of Grey. Lesh said, "We took our experiences on the road and made it into poetry. The last chorus defines the band itself, that line being, 'Lately it occurs to me, what a long, strange trip it's been.'" Despite its widespread popularity, it's been performed by the band only 520 times and is only their 8th most played track. The album proved popular critically and commercially as well. Many view it as taking what was done on Working Man's Dead, refining it, and building upon it. It has since appeared on many lists of greatest albums, songs, and album artwork. Probably my favorite Grateful Dead album and the one I want to share with people most when introducing them to the group. The title speaks for itself. It really is an American Beauty. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have something you'd like to hear me talk about, please leave your comment below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to help support this channel by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, and I will see you guys next time.